So I finally got that spring on. What up, though, people? Welcome back to Easy's Rebuilds. I'm Easy E, and if you can see from the thumbnail, this is gonna be the last video on the donation Honda Civic. She's getting the shoes all the way around. Not shoes, but y'all know what I'm talking about. She's getting pads in the front, new pads, rotors in the front, new shoes and drums in the back. Hopefully, we can get those drums done in this video because everything on this car is original. And I already had to drill out the screws on one of the rotors. Do believe I did the other one too on the other side months before when I changed the bearing, hub bearing, and whole assembly thingy. Well, I don't know what you call it, but I forgot what it's called. Didn't do that. I did that off camera. Had to buy new tools for that. But like I said, this is gonna be the last video. I think this car been sitting for a while. If you're new to this channel, if you're not, y'all know what it is. So let's jump on into it. So if you're new to the channel, here she is. If you're not new to this channel, y'all seen this car already. But like I said, the brakes are all original. This car hasn't really been driven, so all the rotors are rusted. Probably could drive them, knock all the rust off because the pads are pretty good, but we're just gonna change them. Ain't gonna show y'all the drums right now. They the same way. We did get the taillights in, but that taillight kind of messed up. Like got glue residue on the inside. But it is what it is. It's not a brand new car. Like this is the side I had off before because I changed this hub, which you had to pop it off and press new bearings in it. And the other one I had to drill out the screws. That's why this no longer, and I repainted everything, new outer tie rod. Like I said, now we're gonna do the brakes. Last thing to do, and like we always do, we order our brakes, rotors. We try to always order everything from Detroit Axle. So we have the front rotors and pads, but unfortunately they didn't have the back drums and shoes, so they canceled that order. Had to order some Amazon specials. They all over there. The drums, the shoes, drums separate, shoes separate, and the hardware separate. But like I said, I'm gonna attempt to do those because I'm pretty sure everything on this car is kind of old. So let me jump on into it. So we're gonna start on the passenger side first because this side pretty much everything was off already before. You're gonna need a 17 millimeter for the caliper bracket and a 14 millimeter for the caliper. And don't mind the rust. And on these, there's only one caliber bolt. And the caliber should swing. Oh, but I got that off. Kind of hard, it's missing a screw. Should be able to swing the caliber out. Put that screw back in it. Then you push it on off. Like so. Make sure you lube that back up when you put everything back together. You don't want your system to seize up. Now you can take those ones out the back, which I said are 17s. I might have to, the caliber mounts look pretty good. Sometimes these caliber mounts, when they all rusted like this, yeah, I might have to put on my grinder and grind some of the rust down. because these pads this one seems stuck. Yeah, it's not moving. So I ain't gonna show y'all all that. Got some dried grease up in there. Gonna address that. Rotor should have fell off, but she's not. So I'm gonna hit her with, grab my hammer. So I use my big hammer or my small hammer. I think I'm gonna use the big hammer and give her a whack. Here we go. Like I say, everything on this side new. I should have put some anti-seize on there. Let me make sure they sent me the right rotor. Yeah, I replaced this off camera because one of the studs was busted. So I bought the whole new one. I found out. Yep. Here she go. Bought a whole new one. I ain't gonna put those screws in there. They probably gonna get seized up, even though I got in the wrong spot. But they got the screws everywhere. You can put them, I guess you can put them whatever. Could put some screws in there, help hold it. But I don't know. I think I do have some, but then the other side won't have no screws in it because unless I can get the ones I drilled out of there. I do got another hub, and I ain't about to be going through all that and taking the whole assembly off and pressing the other one out and pressing the new one in because I don't got another bearing. I'll have to order another bearing. So let me press this caliper in with the one pad I can get out. I usually use the pad. Help me push it back in. I'm like, I'm gonna repeat myself again. Remember, this car was donated to the channel. Person donated it, went past emissions. Just gotta do emissions over here. So they let it sit for over a year. Then I got it, and I let it sit for like a year. I think I got the car last year, if you're new to this channel. And we let it sit for roughly 10 months. Then we started working on it this year. So I'll be right back once I get this all cleaned up. And I'm back. I just hit this with the brakes parts cleaner. Grab some paper towel real quick. Wipe it off. The garage is a little bit cleaner because I cleaned the garage out today. Moved everything out and swept. Got all the mouse droppings out. My garage, I see mice in the garage. Mice droppings everywhere. There was nothing to eat in the garage. Just get all my fingerprints off. I did clean the hardware. Like I said I was going to do. I ground it down, both sides, all the rust. Now to put this on, what they did put on here was anti-seize. That's what that gray stuff is. And I would just use, well, you can use anti-seize if you want to. But obviously that anti-seize dried up. And that wasn't me, because I use this high temperature brake grease. when I put this stuff back together. Grab my pads. Oh no. Kind of hard to do. Hate when they these clips. Whew. Make sure they're the right pads. But these clips are a pain. They could have used a double clip. They got all these little single clips. And get on there without the hardware. But we're gonna try to do this. Move, ant. Big old ant by me. Without she doesn't not want to go. And I did clean the surfaces up. So I'm going to try to figure this out. Well, I did get the pads on there by reversing the clips. But I did the clips, these bigger ones do go at the top. Or I don't know, because somebody been here before. So maybe they supposed to go on the bottom of the bigger clips, because it seemed like we put the clips on the bigger clips on the bottom, the pad slid in. With the smaller clips on top and the bigger clips on bottom. Because I even tried putting it in on the back side with the bigger clip on top, and it wouldn't go in. But once you put the bigger clips on the bottom with the small clips on top, put in this first and it go right into the tops. Don't understand that. And the other side missing some clips, but I do the same thing on the other side as well. Don't forget that brake grease. You gotta rub some in the middle of the back pad. And on both ends where the caliper will connect. Well, I said this is the last thing I had to do was these brakes. Car does stop. Make sure I don't twist this up. I say put some lube on there. And put it back on there and swing it back over. Make sure you get that pin out the way. Then add a little brake grease to this one too. You just gotta find that hole. Oops. Put a hole in my glove. I think I found it. Hand her on back down. But always lube your brake hardware. Cause I worked on a car yesterday that y'all might have seen us work on before. If you follow me on Instagram. A 2015 Nissan Altima, co-worker's car. We worked on it like 4 to 6 months ago. And he did the rear brakes and rotors, but he did not lube his hardware, the pins. So the pins kind of seized up and tore his brand new rotors up on one side. But he paid me to redo it since I do stuff right the first time. But that's all to it. But to do it, people pulling up, trying to see who it is. Oh, it's Adiana. But let me jump on to the other side. So here I am on the other side. The side I have to drill 2 screws out. Just do the same thing I did on the other side. 14 millimeter for the screw. 17 millimeter for the ooh, they needed to be changed. 17 millimeter for mounting bracket. That came right on off. I say ain't no hardware on the bottom of these. Got the 2 up here. Last time we'll reverse them. Clean the surfaces off. This rotor came right on off. Because obviously I was heating it up trying to get these. I could drill these out all the way to get some more bolts in there, but it's not worth it. I do got some more screws. This side has not been altered, but have to push the caliper back in. This time I ain't gonna use. Don't seem like it's that far out anyway. I'm not gonna use no brake pad. Bring that off to the side. I do got the reservoir open up there when you do this. Taking it in the garage real quick. I'm about to say shop. I don't got no shop. Taking the garage real quick, clean off the surfaces. Like so. Like I said, this half was missing the hardware. I'm just gonna reverse it so it was easier. Putting the bigger clips on the bottom. Smaller ones on top. Now I put this bracket back on. Hit that with some brake parts cleaner. Wipe it down. I'm gonna line it up where the screws was at. Stick the bracket back on. Seem to have lost one of my clips. There you go. Those pads put on there. Like I said, it seems like it's easier on these on the bottom. Get those pads back on there. Hit with some good lube. So your brakes don't squeak. Get that one in the middle. Brake grease on the pin. Don't bind your line up. When you're doing that, push that on the end. Swing it down. Little brake lube on there. Finger tight. So I got that one first try. And tighten her on up. And wipe my brake grease off that. Actually, leaving it on the rotor. You want no grease on your rotors. That's a no-no. Whew. That's how you get the front brakes done on your 1998 Honda Civic. So I'm back. Y'all gotta forgive me. It's been a while since I did drum brakes. So I don't use the proper tools, even though I do have them. You got hit it with a hammer to break these off. The pads are in decent shape. Got a spring at the bottom, spring right here on the side. The side spring you got to save. I'm gonna have to save because my kit didn't come with one of those. Only it came with this green one and this orange one at the bottom. But the brakes look pretty good. It's just the rotors that are just rusted. Make sure you clean out all the old pieces of whatever stuck up in there. So something's in there. I don't know if that's supposed to be in there, because this is supposed to slide in there. But I'll get back to you when I get all this cleaned out and get started. All right. Got all that rust out of there. That was the upper lip. It's supposed to have 2 lips. The upper lip is gone off this one. That makes me want to check the other side. So that upper lip is gone. That brass in there, because my new rotor does have that lip. So I got all that rust cleared out. Now what I would do is get this top pin off, this spring, Get that off. That's the easier one to get off. Then break this bottom one or try to cut it. Just like that. That you no longer need, even though it's fairly new. Then I will cut the top one as well, if I can get to it. Take that off. A little bit harder to cut. Oh, there you go. Finally. Let's just remember which side go where. I always put the stuff at the bottom. And get these clips off right here. I usually just push in and turn at the same time. Get those out. They original, they rusted. Take this off, twist it back in. Set it down so I know exactly how I go back in there. Then get the emergency brake off. They pinched it. Gets pinched. Try to separate it if you can. It's kind of hard. I need a smaller screwdriver. I try to put it in between and twist to open it back up. I have a better way to get this off, let me know. But I was about to get it off right here. Right now. All I gotta do is get it open. Obviously, don't try to bend it. Since I bent it, I might well keep bending it. Until I get it off. It's easier if you just open it. Then you should be able to slide it right off. But this won't be a pain. And my butt. So I'll see y'all back when I get this off. All right, that was a pain. Ended up messing the pin up a little bit, but I got it off. Got the shoe on there, and got the new horseshoe clamp on there. Get it back into position. Want to make sure it's up under that plate back there. With your that's your emergency brake on there. Get my pin to put back in the back. If I can find a hole. I'm gonna turn it straight so it's facing me. Then I'm gonna attempt to get this one back on there. Using that same technique. Getting it lined up. With the pin and pushing it on there while I hold the back of it on there. Easier said than done. I just got to get on there a little bit. Just need to get on there a little bit. So I can get it started. There we go. Oh, popped off. Like I say, easier said than done. I'm trying to hold the back pin in while you go in. Well, don't worry. I get it on there. Like I said, easier said than done. We got the clip on there. Now you grab the bottom spring. Attach the bottom spring on there. Flip it around. Make sure you go behind the plate. And I put the adjusting rod in there. Make sure it's behind the plate. Then I will add the other plate. In there. Everything will be loose right now. And once that's in there, put my other pin in. I ain't worried about that dropping right now. Until I get this stabilized. As long as it's in there, I'll be able to pop it back up. So get these put back on. Gotta use my chest to help push it. Just gotta get them at the right angle. Whew. Well, we want to break that one. Whew, that was a doozy. So if you got all that together, now you go for your green spring. Everything looking good. We gotta go all the way over there. I usually just grab it real tight with my needle nose. And not do that. I slipped. All my parts done came out. Probably hit the GoPro. So I'm gonna get my spring out the way. Get that put back in place. Knock my little thingamajig out. Stick that back in place. Guess I'm gonna put some tension on this. So this don't fly off again. Try this one more time. Oh, now you want to drop down. So I should go use my tool. It usually is not this hard. Usually it's not this hard. So I'll be right back. So I finally got that spring on. It was a doozy. I just reversed it. It should have made a little difference. I couldn't get it on the way I took it off, so I turned it the opposite way. Hopefully it doesn't interfere with nothing. Going this way. But I even tried using my tool and couldn't even get it on there. It just kept popping off. But maybe I'll try it one more time. But that's how you get those, because I think it will be in the way of that little lever. The adjust the brakes as you wear the brakes out. They keep going notching. So I'll see if I can get back on the right way. Shouldn't be too hard to get back off. But I think that should be a wrap. So like I said, that was going to be a wrap. But one last walk around. If you're new to this channel, or the Honda donation Honda Civic. Brand new wires, spark plugs, fuel filter, battery, catalytic converter, exhaust all the way from the front to back. We just did the rotors and the brakes and the drums and the pads. Paint. She's going to be sold with brand new tires in the car. We can not get them mounted because this car has two decent tires all the way around. The two front ones. That one over there has good tread on it, but it's dry rotted. That one's a little dry rotted, but got good tread. Both of these are brand new tires already. But we're going to come with a whole new set of tires they bought for this car. Don't want to switch them over. Then they sell these as used tires to somebody. So whoever, they can ride this car until those tires go bad and get the other ones switched over. New tail lights, headlights, fenders, like I said, exhaust, stainless steel exhaust. Found some more hub caps at the junkyard. Interior, radio, AC work, everything work. New hub on this side, new bearing. Like I said, all I gotta do now is washer and waxer. But like this, the end of this series. The Honda Civic has been put back together. It took me a minute, but she's done. So if you like this video, give me a thumbs up. If you didn't, give me a thumbs down. Leave a comment in the comment section below. Let us know how we did on the donation Honda Civic. Share this video with your friends, family, co-workers on your social media if you would. It'd be truly appreciated. Don't forget to subscribe to Easy Easy Rebuilds if you haven't already subscribed. And hit that notification bell so you'll be notified whenever we release a new video. Go follow us on Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, and Twitter. There's all links in the description area below. We take donations of cars, just like the one I've been working on. We take Cash App donations, and we have merch at teespring.com. Not like the shirt I'm wearing. This is specially made for Easy's Rebuilds. It's a trial shirt. And the guy never got back to me with no more shirts. So, with all that said, stay tuned and stay blessed, people. Deuces!
Oh.